Jane's the name, and you are watching part 4 of my guest slot for Fireferry's YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe if you do like it. You can always give it a like anyway. Let's have a look. So we are moving on. We're going to continue. We are still at Lower Bullocks, but we are doing really well in terms of moving on and achieving all our goals. I've got a message down here. So it's saying, I'd like to have a really big plush staff room to relax in on my break. How about it, boss? Right, let's do it. Why not? Let's find a nice big space. Zoom in, so I'm zooming in using the wheel on my mouse. I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to just move the plant just over here just for now, and I'm going to build a lovely staff room, and I'm hoping I've got enough money and enough points to add some really cool stuff in. So I'm going to start with some windows. Some lockers for the staff to keep. Oh, let's move that out of the way. We want to move it. So subtract, no. Add, no. Subtract this. Let's move it there. That's better. Some sofas. 1, 2. Some armchairs. So I was just talking to Fireferry, and he was asking me what my aim is within 2 Point Hospital. And do you know what? I don't really know what my aim is. I think I'd like to see how many hospitals are within the game. I've no idea. It could be 10, it could be 20. I'd like to see further on in the game what challenges face me. So I vaguely remember reading somewhere that things happen. So there might be an earthquake, and then machinery gets broken, and you might, if you don't get a janitor to fix it or replace it really quickly, you lose it. Therefore you lose some money and some reputation. I think there are natural disasters such as that do occur further down the line. And I'm really interested to see, to see what happens. It is pretty exciting. So in answer to Fireferry's question, I'm going to just keep going. Let's give them a sweet dispenser. I think they deserve it. They need some energy, don't they? Quick sugar hit. Bookcase. I'm going to admit something now. I'm not quite sure how to spin my view round so that you can see the hospital at a different angle. So as soon as I've finished this staff room, I'm going to try and check it out. Aren't I silly? But this is what I mean. I'm not a big gamer. I am your general person that has thought, this is going to while away a few hours. I like the look of it. It's good fun. I'm no expert. I'm having just some time to myself, locked away in a, well, to be honest, in quite a messy office. It's not my office. My office is lovely and clean and tidy. This one's kind of a bit cluttered and full of, I won't say the word, but full of rubbish. Anyway, this is where all the equipment is. So this is where I am for now. It's quite warm. I've made him shut the window. Normally he has the window open. I've made him shut the window, and I've turned the heating right up. Special report. We've cured enough of the patient group. Oh, so this is for people with lightheadedness. Done that. Brilliant. Oh dear. We've got a report saying that our hospital is incredibly mediocre. Oh, nothing to complain about, but not much to be happy about either. Well, what more do you want from me? I thought I'd done really well, all those yuckers. No, not enough. Well, at least hopefully the staff will be happy with their staff room. I think that looks lovely. Okay. So again, down here, my little guy here, my little helper is saying that, did I know I can construct on land? So here's a plot. I'm going to just click on it just to show you what happens. So I've bought the plot of land and it will take some time to build, 14 days. It's obviously the days click by very quickly because this isn't the real world. And already we're down to just 11 days left before the plot is complete. And then a road comes here and then we can start to build things within this plot here. So it will then become a fourth building within this particular hospital. So I was mentioning earlier that I'm struggling to find a way to view the hospital at different angles, and I wonder if it's something to do. Oh, I might. Do you know what? I'm going to have to ask Fireferry, I think, because why can't I spin round to see things from different angles? Maybe if you could comment below and let me know, rather than me having to ask Fireferry, because he'll just be like, what the hell? Come on, Jane, this is simple stuff. Why do I spin round? I want to see, for example, I want to see the back of this office. Oh dear. I'm rubbish, aren't I? Staff promotion, promote. Up here in my right hand corner, I'm doing really well. So I've just got a couple more bits to do. Again, it's going to be about just making the hospital look nice, keeping the plants watered. Spending some more money, I think, on pictures. Let's do that. Let's go on a mission to fill this hospital with pictures. Pictures and sweets. I think that's what I'd want out of a hospital trip. Lots of sweets. Lots of snack machines. Oh, that plant doesn't look that healthy, does it? There we go. I'm assuming the bins just get emptied by the janitors without me having to do anything. I don't remember having to click on an overfilling bin. But, however, in Theme Hospital, I do remember bins overflowing and having to call a janitor to come and empty the bin. My rat problem seems to have disappeared. Which is good. Really good. So, making the hospital look lovely. Are there any pictures that I haven't unlocked that aren't ridiculously expensive? The anatomy poster. Where should we put that? The ward? I don't have an X-ray room. Again, in Theme Hospital, I remember an X-ray room. And some other rooms, actually, come to think of it, that an eye test poster. Yeah, let's stick one of those in the doctor's surgery. We don't have an optician. Maybe that's something that's going to happen further down the line. Food pyramid poster. I'd put that in maybe in like a nurse's office or a nurse's station. Again, we don't have one of those yet. Okay, so I don't think I can unlock any of these. A random chair. Hardly comfortable or comfortably hard. Don't fancy that. Wow, can't wait for the hot dog kiosk. I don't think I've ever been to a hospital with a hot dog kiosk. I think the closest is probably somewhere like when I've been to St George's in London. And they've got a Marks and Spencer's there. Love a Marks and Spencer sandwich. If you're listening to this from elsewhere in the world, Marks and Spencer's is basically a sort of posh food shop. But most hospitals just have like a little cafe with Kit Kats that cost £3 and stuff. What's it saying here? Oh, it's requesting a doctor. I might be a bit low on doctors. See how we're doing. Doctors. Any decent ones? Jasmine Dick. Increase the happiness of patients when dealing with them. Naomi Kestrel. She's cheap, 16 grand. But what can she do? Okay, she's a psychiatrist. You know, even though she hasn't got many other qualifications, she is a psychiatrist. We can always do with one of those. There's always something to do in 2 Point Hospital. There's always a plant to water. There's always a patient to consider. There's always something to look at. There's always a member of staff that's not very happy. It's pretty much all engaging and all consuming. So I've just updated the Dulaxolux. They're still wanting the hospital to be a bit more attractive. And other than just literally filling it up with sweet dispensers and plants. And notice boards. Oh, notice boards? Do people want notice boards around the place? Maybe. They're not going to do any harm, are they? That's for sure. Let's have a notice board there. Again, I remember in Theme Hospital literally just going through the hospital and getting plants and just going like bang, like, okay, hang on, bang, bang, bang. It seems to just make the attractiveness level just increase. I mean, there we go. I also remember in Theme Hospital, and I don't mean to kind of keep harking back to Theme Hospital because that's not really very fair, because it really is a different game. But I remember piles of rubbish building up on the ground, and that really made the attractiveness of your hospital diminish, and it was really important that you got a janitor to come and sweep up that rubbish. Haven't noticed that so far. But I think I'm really in the early stages of 2 Point Hospital. When I look at the map, I can see that there's a lot of scope to continue building more and more and more and more hospitals. So perhaps they're just introducing things bit by bit. There's a rat. Got it. Ah, there we go. Bang. Yuck. Orange blood. Oh dear. Is anyone going to clean it up? Can I click on it to get a janitor to come quickly? No. There's our snack machine. I've zoomed in a little bit just to have a really good look around and look at the detail. Here's our assistant on reception. Fax machine. Gosh, 2020, who uses a fax machine these days? A bell for the attention of staff. Pumpkin. Oh dear, this person's not happy. He's not happy at all. Angus, what's happened to your head? Oh dear, he's really not happy. So it gives you the date in which he arrived, when he checked into reception, his mood, how comfortable he is in terms of temperature. My experience, again in Theme Hospital, is that they used to be able to place radiators and air conditioning units. So quite often you'd have patients that were very hot, and you'd then obviously get rid of some of the radiators and put some aircon units in, and vice versa. But within this hospital, we don't have that option at the moment. So we do have an option down here to send him home. And then we've got some more information about Angus. The estimated chance of cure, illness difficulty, diagnosis certainty, his status in the queue, so he's number 1. And what's wrong with him, really? He's got something absolutely awful sounding. Head crabbedness. A rare form of parasitic crustacean. Fortunately, there is a treatment available that wrenches the creature from the victim, leaving their head healthy and uninfested. He's been cured. Brilliant. Should we see? Oh, we can change his name. So let's change his name to... It's the little things in life. It really is the little things. Here are our toilets. Still can't seem to spin round to see things in different views, but you know, we move. Janitor to repair heart racer. I can hear a death toll. That means someone's died. Oh dear, I don't know why they've died. You know, I really do think that there are parts of this game that I need to get my head around, that I'm just not utilising enough. So some of these tabs down here, I think I really need to do things like look at the illnesses list. I could then look at cure rates and the stats for each illness. Maybe I'm just being a bit like a bull in a china shop. I'm just going in, I'm not thinking enough, really. Maybe I'm not playing the game sort of very effectively. I'm just having so much fun, that's what it is. And I'm aware that I am jumping from one thing to another. It's because there is so much going on. So I can look at each illness here, its treatment cost, and I can put the treatment cost up or down, which room they're treated in. So for example, head crabbedness that Fireferry has, is treated in the deluxe clinic. I can look at the cure rate, the fatalities, the rage quit. Rage quit? That's what my kids talk about when they're playing like Roblox and stuff. Rage quitting. What does rage quitting mean when we're talking about 2 Point Hospital? I mean, in my opinion, rage quitting is like when you just get really annoyed with a game, so you just quit. Maybe some of my staff are rage quitting. That would be pretty sad. Awards and yearly review. Let's have a look. This is one of my favourite bits. It just makes me feel great. Open them. So, Employer of the Year. Yes. So this means that my staff are actually pretty happy. I've won it 4 times. Nurse of the Year has been won by Angus Quibble. The Patient's Choice Award. And this is awarded by the patients themselves based on treatment, success and reputation. Leaderboards, where are we? So we're number 3 on hospital value, number 2 on cure rate, number 1 on reputation, 3 staff morale, cures per year, we're number 3, 3rd, yearly profits 4th. Do you know what? That's kind of okay with me. I'm pretty impressed with that. My bank statement, oh my goodness, that looks a little bit like my own personal bank statement. Apart from I certainly don't have as many things going in, I have many more things going out. Mostly for things like, I don't know, Halloween straws, paper straws of course. What else? What else have I been buying recently? Generally just stuff for the kids. Batteries, I had to buy some batteries for my son's new Nerf gun. Yeah, pretty boring really. Nothing exciting. Anyway, moving on. Staff overview. There's so much information at my fingertips. My hospital policy. Queue warning length. How many people must be in a queue for a room for a queue warning to appear? Oh, well, I don't want people waiting. I'm just going to put that down to 4. Promote staff automatically. Yeah, go on. Fast track treatment decision. Okay, so this could be good. Things would potentially happen quicker if we know what their diagnosis is. Then it would mean they don't have to go back to the GP for a final diagnosis. They can just be treated. So I've clicked that. I might regret clicking that, but let's give it a go. Pandemic emergency. Love it. There's been an outbreak of pandemic after a last-minute costume party coincided with a massive sale in the area's largest kitchenware outlet. A group of partygoers are looking for treatment. Will be rewarded if we treat the group. Shall we have them sent here? Definitely yes. PANS lab is needed. It doesn't tell me how. Oh yes, it does. 7 patients. We've got 2 PANS labs. I think we can do that. Let's click yes. Pandemic patients are arriving, so I believe pandemic patients usually have a siren above their head, so we know who they are. It also means that we can then bump them to the front of the queue. Now, not that we don't care about the patients currently in queues, however, we get more cash of these guys to go to the front of the queue. So if we click on this guy, Hannah, oh, this lady, Hannah Pyramid, I believe we should be able to bump her to the front of the queue. Can change her name. Okay. I don't think we actually even need to bump her. She's been queued already. Maybe down here, usually, if there is a queue, there's an option to bump them to the front of the queue. I'm going to have to figure that out. Further down the line, there might come a point in which we need to bump people as we get busier. And then I will have to think about it a bit more carefully rather than just hoping for the best. Which is pretty much the story of my life, you know. Give it a go. Ooh, hope for the best. Someone's died. And then, yeah, that's the kind of thing that happens with my attitude to life. Maybe things go wrong. Why did it fail? Oh, Sandy, I'm so sorry. The treatment failed. Why? Why did that fail? Oh, that's sad. I think if I go further into some stats, I can probably find out why it failed. It might be that my machine needed upgrading or maintaining. I am being pretty on it. As you can see, I'm clicking around all the machines, and every time I see a machine, even if it's just a tiny, tiny bit sort of below its optimum maintenance level, I am clicking on sending a janitor to come and make sure it's all in tip-top working order. Someone's leaving. Oh dear. Oh, he's cured. No, he's all right. We might win this pandemic challenge, you know. I'm hoping that this letter is a special report. Yes, we did. We cured the entire group. We cured 7 out of 7 patients. We're doing all right. We're doing all right for money. We're doing okay for QDOS, which means I can start to again look at some items that I might be able to unlock to make the hospital even greater, even better. Another tip down here saying that I can monitor my staff, review their pay and control the jobs that they do. I don't think I've got enough QDOS to unlock much. What's the 8-bitten poster? Do you think that's all about 8-bitten? Different types of bites? I don't know. Let's stick it in there. Oh gosh, something dreadful's happened. What's happened? What's happened? What's happened? I wasn't on that, was I? I thought I was being really good with all my equipment. It must be being used so much, you know. It might be a sign that I need to buy a new extractor pan. I'm listening to 2.2 hospital radio, and it's just told me that a dangerous animal has escaped from the local zoo. We might be getting patients with awful lion bites coming in. I don't think we have the equipment or skills to deal with that. We don't have an operating theatre. Ah, that might happen in the next hospital, you know. There are a few things I'm thinking, hang on, we don't have an operating theatre. We don't have x-ray. We don't have anything like a dietitian or a nutritionist or... There's loads of scope to increase this game. So we've just got a really good review from Mr. Jobsworth from his inspection report. We've got some QDOS. So I like getting the QDOS because it means that I can just buy these cool things that I can unlock to place around my hospital. What do they want me to do? So I'm nearly there. Do you know what? I'm nearly there. I've only got to cure 2 more patients. And then I've completed that task. And then it's just janitors and these blooming plants that constantly need watering. And then I might be offered my next hospital. Fantastic. I've also got all this space to build if I need it. At the moment, I don't think I do. I think I'm going to be able to complete all my tasks without having to build any extra rooms. But we shall see. It's been absolutely fantastic sharing the game with you. And I will catch up with you very soon for my next episode on my guest slot. And thank you for listening.